Okay, so I need to finish this so I can move on to my next build. Oh, I'm down one. And I'm also down one. Perfect. Now I can finish this one. And boom. So now my automatic doors should work. Hey, what's up, Soul Nation Soul Studio? Today I'm bringing you guys a new video to the channel. So as you saw from the little preview in the beginning, you saw that there was a redstone contraption thing going on. And as you can most likely tell from title, it's easy transportation of items to yourself. What do I mean by that? Well, as you saw from the intro, I needed sandstone and redstone. So basically, with a push of a button, I got exactly what I needed. So let me just break this and got my redstone and that. So let me just quickly go into this, but yeah. And tell you the truth, it's really not that complicated. Behind this wall is the entire redstone. So yeah, let's actually get into the redstone. Now, looking at the redstone, you could probably get easily confused. It's probably very complicated if you don't know how to use redstone, but I'll push you through and help you learn out. You'll see it when it be paused, but it's something with my computer. But yeah, the redstone is very simple. It's a 2-minute build. It's very compact. You don't need any items. This could easily go behind a house, a wall, or anything. And literally with just a push of a button, you get any item you want. Now, basically how it works is the redstone or the button would set this off, and we got a ton of minecarts with chests. Now, why do I have this here? This is just to power this, so that way when it falls off, it'll go down instead of just staying there. Now this, on the other hand, the comparator here just helps it instead of having to get trapped, and yeah, so that way it'll connect to this, and then this gives it a signal that turns it on. Here, when the cart goes over this, and when the cart goes over this, it gets powered. With the button, gets powered and it does all this stuff. But when the cart goes over this rail, this will light up, and then this. Now, what I have set up for the last one is a 3-second or 3-pulsed redstone lamp. So basically, what happens is, right when it passes here, there's a 3 pulse that the redstone lamp would do. It goes boom, boom, boom. That's how it is. And then on the last one, the cart stops. Now, you could have it set up to when it perfectly stops. Mine is just literally 1 block right here. So this is where it'll start off after that block. So this block does not count. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now this we'll get into next. But yeah, the redstone is not hard at all. I'll give you that, and I will actually help you set that up once I go through the entire redstone build. Now, behind this wall, I have something else, and so let me get into this thing. So, how do I get the items? Well, basically, you need a dispenser and a hopper. Basically, you want to have the hopper set up downward, so when it goes over here, now the detector really does not necessarily need to be powering this, because this literally, if there's a chest underneath it, you can have, it'll just take 1 item. Now, I am working on a version of this where it picks up more than 1 at a certain amount of time. So basically, you would press the button, and then it'll stop here for a certain amount of time, and then re-go. That's what I'm working on. Basically, the concept idea is it does not get pushed, or it gets pushed very little, and then the space where this would go is very long, and then it stops at a certain amount, and when it stops, it stays there, and then there will be a power rail underneath it, but unpowered, with a button there, and I would just wait a couple seconds until I want to make it go, press the button, boom, it goes back into the next one, and then again, it'll go this, and then all the lights. Now, I could also have a 3-second pulse on where the hopper would be, or right before the hopper. So when that light turns off, boom, I press it and then I keep going. That's basically how I want it to be set up. Now on to the one here. Basically in here, in these two things, I have redstone right here, and then I have more redstone. Basically, it's an endless amount. It's just a cycle. Keep going on. It wastes one and it replaces one. Wastes one, replaces one. And yeah. So basically, when the cart is over it, the cart would pick it up, and then so like right there, it's being dropped in, correct? So it just takes in, picks it up. Here we have sandstone, which is also the same deal. It just drops in, picks it up, and we can drop it back right in. Then around here, now this is it's mine. It's original. It's completely mine. I did not come up with this from any idea from anyone else. This is a idea I came up with myself, and yeah, basically right past here, past this right here. So from there all the way down there to where that sandstone block is. That's why I have this timer there. Once it passes that block right here, this one, once it's on this block, all the way to that sandstone block, this thing is putting that on a timer. Once this runs out, it should have already reached the sandstone already. Now I had to play around with the actual settings for it to actually get here perfectly, so once when that thing turns off. It took me a little bit, but I actually did get it to work. So basically that's all it is, and then after I show you what's behind this, which you probably already know, but once it is behind, I'll show you how to build, and yeah. Okay, so basically what is onto the next of me is basically this. I press the button, it lights up, it goes here, and then boom. Yes, there's more to it. Now, right now, as you can see, I have these two redstone. Now, you basically just press the button, and this time it does the same exact thing, has the same amount of lighting, and boom. Now that one, I didn't really configure it to make it do the same thing. It is a little different, I know, but I have 4 hoppers this time. The 4 hoppers this time give me a diamond, a wood, or oak wood, TNT, sea lanterns, and block of coal. So then I could basically just have this going on forever. Now if I press it one more time, I really don't have anything set up, so it'll just boom, end up there. And I could take all the items, and yeah. Basically, it's the same concept here. I could now remove this from here. Okay, so once it does go around, it gets pushed by the button I have. Now, even if it's like this, the cart ignores this, and it'll just take a turn. It'll go onto like this, and it'll move like that. And then with the push of a button, it basically just gives it what it needs for it to work. So I press the button and it sets it back off. And now since this is here, it follows that stream instead of going down. It'll follow this way, continue to the next one, and again, same concept. It's very easy once you know how to build and what you need to build. Basically, for this door, yes, I know I need slabs. I did have slabs, but I broke the redstone because I needed to do something. But this is how it should have looked. Like that. That's how it would have looked, and it looks very nice. And I can have a glass right there. and that's basically how it should have looked. But you know, I didn't realize that it was gone. But this is how it should have looked. Now, um, basically, you can have as many of this as you want. Yes, you can have as many. Now, why is this one in the back? Well, basically, why is this one in the back is because if I would have had this moved over, this would not power it for some reason. It didn't want to work. So that's, I know. The weird thing is, in the first one, it does power it. Yes, it does. It powers it completely. Right there. Powers it. I have no idea. It didn't want to set the timer off. It didn't want to blink, blink, blink. But um, I haven't tested it out completely, so maybe that's why. Maybe I had. Now, one thing about the repeater is yes, it has to be 3 ticks. If it's not 3 ticks, it will not work. So I'll show you quickly why it has to be 3 ticks. So let me just get some of this and this. Okay. Oh, and I need one more thing. So for those of you who, oh, that's why it didn't work. So for those of you who do not know redstone, and just want to build something easy, what you want to do is basically, for those who don't know, is that when this thing gets a power source to it, it'll shut off, but it's not going to shut off. So when you have one there, it blinks, it goes like a maniac, right? And then like this. Next, you want to, here, I'll show you at 1 tick. So when it is that 1 tick, and then I'll just get a lever real quick, and you can turn it off now. So it will blink, it will, but I don't. I like it when it's on 1, personally, or when I like it when it's on 3 because it only blinks 3 times or 4 times. But you could also run 1. I will use 1, but I wanted to use 3 just to make the oh, why am I breaking before? I still have to show you a couple things. But I broke it because on my test on my Xbox, it only worked on 3. So if you are watching this for an Xbox tutorial, it'll work only on 3. On the computer, I don't know if it does work on 2 because I only tried with 3. Let me see real quick. Boom. Yeah, see, it does it. On 3, it blinks 3 times, and then on 4, I believe it's too slow for it to even reach, and just, yeah. So you could use 1 and 3, where 1 flashes a ton of times, or 3 where it flashes exactly 3 times. That's your preference. I'm only basing this off what I use on my Xbox. This is on my computer, but the thing is, I'll set it onto 1 for now, because I personally do prefer 1 than 3, but I had to put 3 for demonstrational purposes. So exactly, that's why 1's way too fast for this thing. So you have to have it as 3, which is why I do prefer 3 over 1. But unless you want to make it shorter, you could, but I'm not saying you have to. So here it is on 3. Boom. Right when it lands, get everything. Now, over here, I have is mostly all the stuff you need to actually make this build. Don't get frightened by all the items. Most of these are what you get from the actual building or the build, and a third of them isn't even anything to do with it. So what you want to do is have 1 up, boom, right there, nice. Next, you can bring it over 4 blocks. I'll say 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, right there, perfect. Next, you want to have it as a square like this, boom, 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 boom. Now, right here is your detector rail, and actually this should be like that, and then have a, I'm not really building it exactly like this. You could build it exactly like this. I'll build it exactly like that just to demonstrate, but you don't have to. So as you see right there, we have it like this. And I'm lagging. I believe it's like this. Like that, and then bring out one more. Something like that. Close enough, right? Yep, close enough. Close enough. Yeah, sure, whatever. We'll roll with this, but yeah. So then you would put the normal rail, this rail, normal rail, this rail. Now I'm only gonna make it very short because I don't want to be interfering too much. I'll put one more rail, and then we'll get on to the next part after that. So here's when where the hopper and this thing. It cannot be under it. No, it has to be over it, because if it's under it, then it completely messes up. So yeah, and then you press it like that. Boom, shakalaka. Then I'll just put it right here for now, just to demonstrate. And then here you would redo the same process. Here you would just have it like that. Boom, like that. And this time I'll use lamps. So now, since it's working like that, and I don't know why I'm lagging, now you just do all this, bam. Then up here, would have yourself a button. Press the button, boom, 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 pushes it. Get your items, nice. Now, the lighting. The lighting is fairly simple. It's mostly consisted of like that, bam. Oh, actually no, I have it up one. Yep, there you go, like that. Then there. Now here you'll need a comparator, so it actually doesn't interfere with that one. Then with the comparator, you would just bring it up and then down. Okay. We do boom and then boom, like that, and then I guess you could have it like that. Sure. Actually, yeah, this was supposed to be put in one, I believe. Something. Yeah, that's how it was. Okay. And then you would just have the button actually coming over one. Boom, like that. And then you just press this. And then it should just power that button. Yep, there you go. And then it'll just re-pick it up. Re-pick up all the items. So now that you have that set up here, you can just bring it there. Place a block there. Place a block there, there. Boom. Second light set up. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom. There. So that's the rest of your lighting. Next, you can just close that up. Now, I'll put one more just because I need to. Now, here, I can just put one of that there. This there. Actually, I'll put that last, like that. Perfect. Then we put boom. Nope. Boom, boom. There. Then we have that there set up. Put our not comparator, our repeater there, then there. So it should set it off 3 times. Now I have mine up one, and it will still work even if it is up one, as I will show you right now. It'll still work as if it does. So I'll have it the way I set it up. So basically, this is the entire thing. Now I might have went a little too fast, but I think it's okay. now that you have all the lighting, you want to bring it up one, and then here's where it actually goes. So this is the last one. Now there, remember that is where it ends off. So here you'll need all this stuff. Detector rails, no, just normal rails, and that's it. So you bring it down one, I believe. You do this, two, then yeah, two, and then you just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then you do what you do. So 1, 2, 3. Close this up. So that should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I was down one. So that's too short. It looks like it, at least. Let me just see if it does. Oh, it got stuck. Okay, there we go. Remember, mind you, I did build this yesterday. Or not necessarily yesterday. I had this built maybe about a week ago, I think.
About a week ago. Fuck with us and then we tweaking,
Yeah, nearly a week ago. And we just press this button and boom, yep, there you go. Perfect. Now, it's not as big, so I'll just extend it out a little bit. There, I know, it's really extended out now. And then we just press the button, and then here we have one out. Boom, boom, there. And you just bring that as if we're going for next one, and then yeah. So basically, that is the entire setup. And then I know it won't really reach. Okay, maybe for this one you could actually run one. Maybe. Nope. I think 3 works best, but yeah. And then once it's here, boom, press the button. So yeah, I believe that is all for it. And mind you, there will be a part 2 to this video. So if you have not subscribed, subscribe to the channel, because the part 2 will actually, instead of having it one item, it'll be multiple items. I know I did kind of give you an explanation, but I'm going to have it set up a little bit differently than what I actually did explain in the video. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.